Hey everyone, my name is Michaela and this is Michaela's Crafts. Welcome to my channel. I am future Michaela for you, but you'll see me again on like Friday in this vlog. But I just wanted to come on here and say like this is going to be a super chaotic vlog, but I had a lot of fun filming it and I can't wait to show you guys how much I got done on this blanket. And I wanted to thank everyone who has recently subscribed to my channel. I am just growing this wonderful community and I'm so thankful for that. So if at any point in this video you like it, just go ahead and actually give it a thumbs up because it is really supporting my channel. And if at any point you want to subscribe and, you know, continue to hang out with me and make these videos, then do that as well. And without anything else to say, we'll just get into this chaotic vlog. What's up guys? How are you guys doing? I am thinking about doing a little chatty vlog because I don't really know what other video to make for this week. So I thought I would just chit chat with you guys. And the first thing I want to chit chat about is last week I went to the little event that my local yarn shop is having where you pick 4 whips to work on and you label them like 1 through 4, and then they picked like a random number and that's the one you have to work on for the month. And if you finish it by the first Thursday of the following month, then your name goes into a raffle and then you can win some money, which like basically we all put $1 in for each of the whips for each month. I don't think that's making sense, but basically there's, I think like 10 of us, maybe 10 of us. So each month, like you have a chance to win $10, which it's not really about the money. It's about finishing your whips, about knitting and crocheting with some people. And also if you finish all 4 whips, which is going to end in January because they're skipping December because of the holiday season, then you get 25% off at the yarn store. So that's what I'm actually trying to do. So long story short, because there's a longer story behind this, the first whip that got chosen for us is actually my granny square blanket. It wasn't, but technically we showed up a week late because in the newsletter it was wrong, like the date was wrong. So we got to choose which one we want to work on, and I needed to do my granny square blanket because, as you guys know, I need to finish it for this YouTube channel. Like I need to post a tutorial. So that's basically all we're going to work on from now until October 3rd. But we're almost done. Like I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and let me show you where we're at. So sorry, you guys already know the lighting in my apartment is just jank because of all the windows, which we love the windows, we love the sun. But anyway, so this is where we're at. I actually did all of these mini granny squares this morning, so I just need to do them all the way around. I'm probably just gonna tuck in the ends of those granny squares and maybe just try to sew them on. And I'm just trying to like swap back and forth. I'm trying to swap back and forth between the things that I'm doing so that I don't get bored just doing all the granny squares, etc. Oh, let me show you guys the other whips. Okay, I'm just gonna prop you guys up. Also, in my last video, and if you see it here, there are like particles of dust like flying in front of my face. I noticed it as I was editing my last video, and I think part of it is like all the yarn I have laying around, like there's just little fibers all over. But also, I live on the 3rd floor in my apartment, so it's like pretty dusty. But today I am dusting this entire place top to bottom once my sister gets here with my cleaning supplies. I've been doing nothing but crocheting this granny square blanket, and it has been like so hard to focus only on this when I want to flop back and forth so much. But anyways, the other whips that I have are this shawl or wrap. It's more a wrap than a shawl. This is for my boyfriend's mom for Christmas, and I think I mentioned it in my last video. Yes, in the 30 free fall knitting patterns, there is, I think it's like number 21 or 22. It's the No Purl Ribbed Wrap by Purl Soho, and it's super easy. It's like just a 2-row repeat. It's a super easy pattern, and I love that there's no purling, and it's gonna take me a while. And they asked me at the yarn shop, they're like, do you want to finish an entire scarf as like your monthly project? I was like, it has to be done before Christmas anyway, so yes. But I don't have to do that one this month, thank goodness, but I am still gonna work on it when I just like want to knit and not crochet. Because quite honestly, guys, I don't know how much more I'm gonna be crocheting. I do love making blankets, but like knitting is just so much more satisfying for me. One of my other whips is this Colorwork sweater by the Dale of Norway Designs. It's the 1994 Lillehammer sweater. And I tried it on the other day because I just wanted to know that it was like gonna go around my waist. I wanted it to be a little bit oversized. I'm like, let me see if I can see how this is fitting. And it does fit, but I think I dropped some stitches and I really don't wanna have to like look through and make sure that I didn't. But yeah, I mentioned this one in my knitting podcast, my first ever knitting podcast. And I was just, so I saw this pattern. I was like, I have to have it. I want to knit it up again in like the brighter colors that I was talking about in the knitting podcast. And if you haven't seen it, basically I saw this picture on Pinterest and I wanted it in those bright colors, but I couldn't find those colors and I was too impatient to order yarn because I wanted to start it. So I just did it in kind of like the original color. She's still so cute. I can't wait to work on her. I kind of like pick her up sporadically because right now this whole part is like a 6-row repeat until you hit 26 inches of the body. I think I still have like 6 more inches or not 26 inches, 26 centimeters. Sorry, that would have been a lot. And I think I still have like 6 more centimeters. So I just pick her up whenever. And my last one, what's crazy is I ran out of whips and I was like, should I just start something to take? And I was like, that kind of defeats the whole purpose. Also, sorry, my nail broke and I don't want to talk about it. I actually really want to take off the rest of my nails today. Am I going to get around to it? I don't know. I might just put a Band-Aid on this one until I go get my nails done. That's me solving my problems. But I was like, that defeats the purpose. I also waited till the last minute to pick my whips. So I finally just like settled on this blanket that I started. It's a baby blanket with little sheepies, and you like duplicate stitch the like heads and the feet and like the little on the little sheep. And when I picked this up, I realized how bad my tension was. Like the sheep are not supposed to be like sticking out. They're supposed to be flat. And you can tell like that when I did that, it's like really pulling. But I said, it's okay. We still want to finish her. And the baby blanket is a little bit delusional, or it's just manifesting because it's for me. It's for my future baby one day. Yeah, like I don't know anybody that has a baby. I just wanted to make a baby blanket, manifesting a sweet, happy, healthy baby one day, but in the next couple years. So those are my whips for this project. Also, I'm about to, sorry, it's shaking. I'm about to go hit purchase on some Knitting for Olive yarn. I'm so excited. I feel like everyone on here that knits talks about Knitting for Olive. I'm a person that like, I really like to see my yarn in person, touch it, look at it, smell it. I don't know. I don't like to order yarn. So like I haven't ordered any, but everyone's always talking about Knitting for Olive. And I have yet to cast on anything I said I was going to cast on in my knitting podcast video. Like I wanted to do a sweater, a cardigan, and this set. And then I finally re-downloaded Instagram, which was good, but also really bad because I already was bedrotting before, but now that I have Instagram, I can spend even more time just scrolling. And what I did on Instagram is like everything is already like knitting. So it's like my TikTok For You page, but only knitting. And I'm not gonna search anything else and mess up my algorithm. I only wanna see knitting things. And Marika Knit, I happen to follow them because I think I bought the Paul cardigan pattern. So I followed them on Instagram and happened to see that she's dropping another pattern, which is the Chantal V-neck sweater pattern. And I was like, oh my God, like this is the most beautiful sweater. I have to have it, I have to knit it. So I'm gonna order the yarn for it and I'm gonna do Knitting for Olive, merino, and the mohair paired together. And I'm really, really excited. And we're leaving for Utah next week. And I was like, I absolutely have to have this on my needles the second that this pattern comes out. Oh, the pattern didn't come out yet. It comes out in September at the end. Wait, it is September. It comes out at the end of September and I'm probably gonna be in Utah. And I told my boyfriend, I was like, I have to have this yarn and it has to be with us when we're in Utah because the second that this pattern comes out, I'm buying it and it needs to be on my needles. So I'm about to go purchase that right now. But I feel like I've just been yapping away right now, but I'm gonna go work on these granny squares. I'm gonna sew some, and I'm also gonna like clean my kitchen here and there, so I'll update you in a little bit. Okay, sorry if you can hear my dishwasher, but I did 5 of these, like tucking in the ends. I have the rest of those ones to go. I feel like if I could do this one side of this blanket, I would be super happy. But I am doing a little flip-flop, so now I'm gonna go and like wipe down my entire kitchen, and then I'm gonna come back and do 5 more. Okay, so I only have 4 more squares left to do for this side. My kitchen is almost 100% clean. So I'm gonna go do the last thing I need to do in my kitchen, finish up these last 4 squares. And I would ideally sew them all on today, but am I being ambitious? Like, am I just hyperfixating on this? Maybe. But do we also wanna win 25% off at a yarn store? Absolutely, we do. So, okay, here I go. Okay, so I finished tucking in the ends of all of those, and I even sewed them onto the blanket. That's enough of that for the day. But I feel like that was a lot of work. Like, I made all of them, tucked in the ends, I almost like glued them on, sewed them on. Hey friends, happy Tuesday. I just finished doing my nails. They actually don't look that great, but they're like a little navy blue. And I just finished eating lunch, had some tacos, they were delicious. And now I have nothing to do for the next 4 hours, so I'm going to crochet. Here's a reminder of where we're at. I would love to do these granny squares today and sew them on. So I'm just gonna do probably like one color at a time. Like I've been doing these little doubloons, and then inside you can see I have like a couple. Anyway, I'm just gonna do that and I'll update you in a little bit. Oh, for those of you who are following my Grays journey, I caught up to season 20, episode 10, and I didn't realize that it wasn't a full season. Super weird. I'm glad I'm done. I don't know that I will keep going when I want to, because like the person inside of me that wants to finish the series like all the way through to the end, like I want to do that. But Grays completely loses its magic for me. Not even right after, you know what I'm gonna say, but a couple seasons after. So like I could watch seasons 1 through 10 back to back to back to back to back and never get upset. Like I will never get bored. I will, like, the magic is there. But once you get past a certain point, the magic just loses itself. Like at first you don't even feel like you're watching a show, but by the last seasons, like I feel like I'm watching a show. Like I know it's a show. It doesn't feel like life anymore, you know? Like, Meredith isn't even a real person. She's, I don't know. Whatever. Sorry, Shonda. Oh my God, I totally forgot. I was going to say, so now I'm watching A Discovery of Witches. I'm on season 2. It's really good. I loved season 1. I'm kind of confused about what season 2 is about, but we're just going to keep going. But yeah. Okay, so I actually achieved what I wanted to achieve for the day. Well, kind of. So I made all of these granny squares. And up until this one, I tucked in all the ends, like, so now I need to tuck in the ends of these and then sew them on, and then I will be happy, and then we'll tackle this side tomorrow. I am, however, so stressed because I know I'm gonna run out of brown. Like, this is all I have left. And like, I thought I might be playing yarn chicken, but I'm like 99% sure I'm just gonna run out because I still need to do the border for the rest of these granny squares. Then I need to do 1 granny square row, and then I need to do like minis. So basically it'll be like 1, and then the border will be brown, and I need to do that for enough to do the entire border, and then another granny square stitch. So basically I'm gonna need another brown, which sucks because I didn't want to buy any new yarn for this, but I feel like I have to, so. Good morning, it's Wednesday, and I feel like this vlog is so much more boring. It's just like me chatting and then me showing you my blanket, but this is where we're at. This morning I finished sewing those on, and I'm doing these ones right now. So I've got all of these, and I just hope to get, ignore my matcha over here, that's now no longer matcha. But I just hope to get one more side done today and then the other side done tomorrow. And then we can do some more rows, and then we will be on the home stretch. Like, we will be almost done, and I have to have it done by the 3rd in order for it to, look, I literally woke up, haven't done anything with myself, but I need it to be done by the 3rd in order for it to count for this contest, so we're getting her done. You guys, I really wanted this to be a little chatty vlog, but there's nothing interesting going on in my life. Like, my life is super boring. Like, I work 2 days a week, I walk dogs 4 days a week, and then I crochet and knit, and that's it. But you'll see in the coming vlogs, I am going out west with my boyfriend. We first went out west in February. We went to Arizona for my birthday, and my boyfriend loved it so much that he was like, we have to go back. And we're going to Utah this time instead of Arizona, and I'm super excited. So you guys will see that in the coming vlogs. And I also have like a really exciting like knitting experience that has to do with Utah. But like I said, I'll share more about that later. Also, this weekend there is a sheep shearing festival or wool festival. It's not just sheep. There's going to be like sheep, alpaca, rabbits, other wool bearing animals is what like the little flyer says. And I guess they're gonna like do some shearing demonstrations. They're gonna have vendors, probably like for different yarns and stuff. And I'm so excited. It's about an hour away from where I live, but it's gonna be so much fun. So I say that my life is boring and I don't have anything going on, but in reality, I do have stuff going on, just not that you guys see in these videos. I do have an update on my yarn. So I ordered some knitting for Olive. I think I mentioned it earlier in the week. Today's Wednesday, so my yarn is already in New York. Like I feel like I might have yarn tomorrow or the next day. So I'm really excited, which means I'll have it before our trip to Utah. But I think that all of my needles actually are in use. Like I have the Chowgu interchangeable set, but all of my, so if you don't know, the small sizes, which I can't tell you exactly what it is right now, but the smaller sizes use 3 different like sets, and then the larger needles have their own larger cables or cords, I guess, and all of my small ones are in use. So either I'm gonna like take a project off of one of them, or I do have to wait. But do I want to wait? Absolutely not. I have a hat that I started that I think I could like put on some other yarn, or I could probably finish it if I took like the time to. Maybe I'll just take that project with me to Utah, and maybe I could get it done in one flight. We're talking like a 5-hour flight. But yeah. So I'm just trucking away on this blanket. I was just picturing being done with this blanket because I have been working on it for so long. And unfortunately, originally I really wanted this to be a tutorial, but I haven't really been doing a lot of like tutorial style filming. So I think it's gonna end up being more of like a guide video, because when you see something that's granny square, like you can recreate it so easily as long as you know how to make granny squares, and like you can just make it up as you go. So it's gonna be more of a guide, like, you know, I did this many granny squares with this many rows, and yeah, because I just wasn't paying as much attention to the filming as I should have been. So, but this will be done because we are gonna be doing, like, we want 25% off at the yarn store, and this is my first project that has to be done by October. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. I think after tomorrow I'll be done with these granny squares, and then I just have like some rows of granny stitch to do, and I'm trying to use up a lot of this yarn. Like, this is about all I have left of my cream. I think this is about, I might have another small one, all I have left of this color. So I'm really planning to use up hopefully all of this yarn that I had for this project. because I don't really want to have this yarn lying around. But I also feel bad tossing yarn, but I also feel bad donating. Like, this is such a small amount of yarn. Like, I know it doesn't look small, but like it's really squishy, and if it's in my hand, it's like a small amount of yarn. So I just feel weird donating that much. I think I talked about it in one of my other crochet and chat videos. I still have no idea what to do with my leftover yarn. And I created a huge bag that I wanted to donate, and then I was like, I don't want to donate it. Like, I couldn't let it go. It was like, I could make stuff with this. I should make stuff with this. I spent money on this, but I don't know if that's a good way to look at it or not. I'll probably just sit in my closet until one day we'll move, and then I'll be like, I really don't need to transport all of this yarn that I'm not going to use. Hey y'all, Straight Hair Michaela here. It's Thursday, and we are on the final stretch of this part of the blanket, and then the next couple days I can do some just granny stitch, and then we will see the end in sight. We're almost done. This is what I'm working on right now. These are the final of the 3-row granny squares that I need to do. So here's my brown yarn. Probably gonna make a trip to Joann later to grab some more of this. And once I'm done with this, I'll tuck in the ends, sew them on.
I think I'll bring you a little closer to show you what I'm talking about. My apologies, guys. Or just more, maybe luxury items, I want to call them.
Sorry that I have the most unruly brows until I do what I need to do with them. Okay, so I just finished my granny squares, and I think I'm going to sew them on. I have, up until this point, been weaving my ends as I go. I don't know who that girl is, because we love that girl. Honestly, like, I probably saved myself such a hassle so far, but I don't think I can be bothered to do that with this set of granny squares. I just want to sew them on, and I just want to keep trucking along. In case you are wondering, like, where's Michaela's yarn at? Like, I was wondering too. So it's still in New York. Not really happy about that, but I still think it'll be here today or tomorrow. So I can take it with me to Utah. I probably shouldn't. I should take a whip to Utah, not my brand new yarn that I need to swatch and wash and block. And I literally only bought it just now so I could take it to Utah. Like, I timed it. I don't know. We'll find out. But I'm going to go sew these granny squares on. Also, super side note, this is the granny square that I'm sending to Blondie Knots. Y'all know Dana. I know y'all know her. And I said I was going to mail this out forever ago, so we need to do that today. Like, we need to mail this out, because I'm such a last minute person. I've been this way since I was in school too. Like, I would always do my projects and like wait till the last freaking possible minute to turn them in or to like wrap something up. And I hate that that's who I am as a person, but I'm going to send this out today. Promise, Dana. The absolute disappointment, y'all. Look at this. I need one more square, and I don't want to make another stupid square. Okay. We're going to make another square, and then this part will be done, and then I'm gonna go. I need to take a break from this. I've already been doing this since I woke up. Like, it's like 10:30. And I've already been doing this for like 3 hours. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna make one more square, sew it on, and then get ready to go. Okay, this is so awkward. I just found one of these, like probably when I transported them from my couch to my bed. I dropped one. So I did have enough. Okay. Okay, finally, I need to walk away from this. My head is like, if we don't get this done in the next week and a half, I will never look at this again. I will never look at another granny square ever again. Yeah, so I'm gonna come back to this a little bit later, and I wanna do a border in brown. I need to take a piece of brown yarn with me so I can match it at Joann, because I can't remember which yarn this is. But also, I don't need another full pound of yarn. Like, please God, let there be something smaller. I definitely need a lot of brown still, but not a full pound. So, okay, I'm gonna go get ready, and if I go to Joann's, when I go to Joann's, I'll take you guys with me. Okay, so this is the part about crochet that is really rough for me, and it is that sometimes it consumes my whole life. Like I just got back from doing my running and the first thing I did was throw on my pajama pants and get ready to crochet. Like I should eat lunch. It's like 1 o'clock. I'm not super hungry yet, probably because I just had a caffeinated drink. Like I don't normally drink like coffee or like frappuccinos or like I'm not that girly. If anything, I'll make matcha at home. And I just came home with my brown yarn, and what am I gonna do? Not make myself lunch? It's not good. I'm gonna be super hungry later. But I really wanted to do the border row, like get the first row going. So I'm gonna do that now. Also, I think the other reason I'm so excited about this is because, like, look how much yarn I have left. And I think I'm gonna be able to get rid of this orange, get rid of this cream, get rid of some of these blues, like with doing the granny stitches like all the way around. So that's why I'm super excited to wrap this up. I feel like this is the most I've vlogged in like a single vlogging day in this video. But the real question is, do I continue watching A Discovery of Witches or the new Lyle and Eric Menendez story that just came out on Netflix? Because I'm a true crime junkie, y'all know that, and I kind of want to watch that. I think I'm gonna put that on. Good morning. It is Friday, despite me looking like I never left my pajamas from the day before. But I woke up this morning and I threw another, you know what, let me stand up. I threw another granny stitch border around the blanket. I still need to sew all of the squares together, but yeah, I'm super excited because I ended up using up the rest of the cream yarn that I had, and what was left I made into these little doubloons. If you guys know me, then I always call the inners of granny squares doubloons because they're like little circles. So, you know, like from SpongeBob. But I finished a skein of yarn, so I'm really happy about that because the whole point is I really wanted to get rid of this yarn, at least as much as possible. So I'm gonna end this vlog here. Like I basically just worked on this as much as possible because, as you guys know, I have like a little deadline for like a contest kind of thing. And I really just want to get this blanket done and out of my life. I am experiencing extreme shoulder pain. I did work out my shoulders yesterday, so that's probably part of it, and neck pain. But then earlier today, like my hand, which is not even the hand that I crochet with, my left hand was like locked up. And I was like, oh my God, I've been crocheting like a mad woman for this past week, like insane. So I'm definitely gonna take a break from this today. Tomorrow I'm going to the little festival that I was telling you guys about. So I'm really excited about that. So yeah, I guess you'll see that in another vlog. What I'm thinking is next week you guys will get a crochet and chat because I am super behind on my temperature blanket. I can't wait for that to be out of my life too. Like I'm never doing another one. And then I'm gonna do a knitting podcast again for September, and then like for the month, everything I did in September, so by October. And then after that you will see all the things that I did in Utah, and yeah, it's gonna be great. Okay, so with that being said, I will see you guys next time.